Welcome to Moorhead High School. We've got girls swimming and diving for you tonight. Moorhead Spuds taking on the Fergus Falls Otters. The Spuds come in with a 4-1 record, and the Otters come in with a 2-5 record. I'm Corey DeLorme, joined again by Jennifer Lee. And how are you tonight, Jennifer?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good. Did all your homework on the Otters, and of course you know a lot inherently about the Spuds, so we're not concerned about that. But what do the Otters bring into the meet here tonight?
They are bringing in 5 returning seniors this year. A few of them did very well at sections last year. They are 2-5 right now. I did talk to one of their captains, senior captains, and she said that even though their record doesn't look good, she feels that their times are well and they are doing well as a team.
Well, and that's, they come in with a little bit smaller team than Moorhead, so we're going to see a few open lanes during some of these events. But that, as we've seen in previous meets, that doesn't mean that they can't compete, especially during the varsity meets or heats and events.
Absolutely.
And so we're expecting it to be a competitive meet here tonight between the Spuds and the Otters. Announcing the captains for each team, and then we'll be heading into the national anthem. I want to thank Aiden Carlson for being here tonight and running camera, and also to Alex Ryan, who's running our control board tonight. And now we'll pause for the national anthem.
The Otters captains are Emma Kakeritz, Linnea Jepson, and Emily Warner. And the Spuds captains are Michaela Haig, Cassie Esaug, Lily Chose, and Lizzie Noel.
And the Spuds, this is their last meet here in the Moorhead pool, right? They've got one more home meet, but that is at out in West Fargo.
Right, at the new Halbert Aquatic Center.
Okay, and from what we understand and what we've been told, they will be allowing fans at that meet, so Spuds TV will not be there for that one, as the Spud football team will start their season on the 9th as well. So we will be covering that one, and hopefully you can make it over to the Aquatic Center in West Fargo and watch the Spuds.
Right. I don't know if it's going to be limited seating, and I mean, I don't know if you've been there, but it's a very nice place, lots of seating capacity, but whether you have to have a ticket for
a
just
voucher
parents,
or whatever, right?
Voucher, like they're doing for other sports, yes.
Right. Well, as we get started here with the meet, the 200-yard medley relay with junior varsity, we start. Once again, as been the case for all of the meets, Fergus Falls will be in lanes 1, 2, and 3. Moorhead in 3, 4, and 4, 5, and 6. And for Fergus Falls in lane 3, Emma Swanson, followed by Ava Warner, Daphne Nadwick, and Anna Marie Hansen. For Moorhead in lane 4, Jade Ellitson, followed by Chantel Schmidt, Michaela Haig, Callista Zamara. Lane 5 for Moorhead, Addison Henry, followed by Isabel Sneed, Greta Björklund, and Bella Myers. And for Moorhead in lane 6, Abby Sneed, followed by Annika Haberer, Callie Berg, and Katie Yarber.
We have Swanson and Ellitson doing very well on the backstrokes there. And the medley relay will go backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, and freestyle.
Spuds and Otters in a virtual tie for first at the wall on the far end. That's Warner for Fergus Falls in lane 3 and Schmidt for Moorhead in lane 4. On the same pace. Warner with a slight advantage at the wall. Nadwick for Fergus Falls in lane 3. Haig for Moorhead in lane 4. Nadwick with a little bit of an edge here coming to the wall. Now on the last length, the freestyle. Anna Marie Hansen for Fergus Falls in lane 3. Callista Zamara for Moorhead in lane 4. Looks like Zamara has gained a little bit of ground there on that first length.
Once again, looks to be a tight race. Looks like Moorhead is pulled ahead just by an arm length, maybe.
And Zamara at the wall will take first place for the Spuds Junior Varsity. Fergus Falls finishing second. The two other Moorhead teams in lane 5 and 6 will come in third and fourth. And now for the varsity heat of the 200-yard medley relay. Lane 1 will be empty. Fergus Falls in 2 and 3, Moorhead in 4, 5, and 6. For Fergus Falls in lane 2, Aisling Cox, followed by Carly Peterson, Emily Warner, and Liana Jepson. In lane 3, Emma Kakeritz, followed by Olivia Hersberg, Emily Carlson, and Annie Mayer. For Moorhead in lane 4, Courtney Haberer, followed by Lily Chose, Elena Janke, and Ariana Hoff. For Moorhead in lane 5, Sydney Olson, followed by Kennedy Olson, Ava Rogers, and Olivia Roldson. For Moorhead in lane 6, Maggie Howe, followed by Abby Ellingsberg, Liv Dielstra, and McKenna Harvala.
I asked some of the girls what was different or what they didn't really like about this season, just because it is so different. And Sydney Olson, who's swimming right now, said that for the relays, she doesn't feel like it's a team event like it usually is. Usually your whole team goes up, all 4 of you stands behind the blocks and you're cheering each other on right there. And she just said you don't have that team feel during the relays, and that's the biggest difference that she's noticed this year.
It really does take a lot of that camaraderie away when we've got to be distant like that. But I think from what we've seen, they've adapted well, and it's an area that they're not fond of, but they're dealing with it as most of us are here in today's world.
Right. And as the season goes on, they're getting more and more adept at it.
Looks like Harvilla in lane 6 will take first. Second and third to be very close.
Second goes to the Otters, lane 3.
So Annie Mayer finishing the final leg for the Otters to finish second. And then third place will go to the Spuds, team of Olsen, Rogers, and Roldson. So Howe, Ellingsburg, Deelstra, and Harvilla take first. The Otters, Kakeritz, Hersberg, Carlson, and Mayer in second for Fergus Falls. And we'll move on to the girls 200-yard freestyle, the junior varsity heat. Lane 1 will be empty. In lane 2 for Fergus Falls, Devin Nansen. Lane 3 for Fergus Falls, Michaela Auberg. For Moorhead, lane 4, Courtney Haberer. Lane 5 for Moorhead, Abby Ellingsburg. And lane 6 for Moorhead, Mary Casey.
And being this was probably our last Spud TV for the swim meet, I did take the opportunity to ask some of the senior swimmers about their season and about their career. And Mary Casey, who's swimming in lane 6, is one of those seniors. She plans to attend NDSU next year and double major in psychology and exercise science.
Oh, fantastic. The Spuds look like they got out to a big lead with Haberer, Ellingsburg, and Casey all holding leads. And for Fergus Falls, Nansen in 2 and Auberg in 3, trying to close the gap a little bit. Courtney Haberer in lane 4 pulling away a little bit.
And Mary Casey did say that this was her favorite event. Looks like she's doing well.
Yeah, she's in second place right now. Making a push for first. Trying to hold off her teammate, Abby Ellingsburg. Mary Casey really has pushed ahead.
She has. That
She's got the lead.
Last 50, she really pulled it out. Nice job.
Finish really strong to take first. In second place, Courtney Haberer, and third, Abby Ellingsburg. Devin Nansen will finish in fourth, followed by Michaela Auberg for Fergus Falls. And we'll move into the 200-yard freestyle, the varsity. Full pool for this event. Fergus Falls in lanes 1, 2, 3, Moorhead 4, 5, 6. In lane 1, Emily Warner. Lane 2, Aisling Cox. Lane 3, Alexis Wellman. In lane 4 for Moorhead, Sydney Olson. Lane 5, Maggie Howe. And lane 6, Ariana Hoff.
Emily Warner in lane 1 for Fergus is one of their seniors, and she placed at sections in this event last year.
She appears to be pacing herself right now and hanging in the middle of the pack. Ariana Hoff for Moorhead in lane 6 with the lead right now.
Ariana, just a 7th grader, a strong swimmer though. I know she swims year round with the club team.
Again, as you look on, lane number 1 is to your left, lane number 6 to your right. Moorhead so far 1, 2, 3 in this event. Ariana Hoff in first, Maggie Howe second, Sydney Olson third.
That appears how it will finish also. Hoff, Howe, Olson for Spuds, 1, 2, 3.
And for Fergus Falls in lanes 2 and 3, a virtual tie. Aisling Cox in lane 2 and Alexis Wellman in lane 3. Emily Warner in lane 1. And it was Aisling Cox in lane 2 taking 4th. And Alexis Wellman taking 5th. "200-yard individual medley junior varsity race is up next. We'll have a full pool for this one. In lane 1 for Fergus Falls, Jersey Smith. Lane 2, Shelby Tabbitt. Lane 3, Raquel Prody. For Moorhead in lane 4, Chantel Schmidt. Lane 5, Callie Berg. And lane 6, Cassie Esog.
And again, the IM event is where they do every single stroke. They start out with the butterfly, go to the backstroke, the breaststroke, and end with freestyle. Cassie Esaug in lane 6, another one of the Moorhead seniors, Moorhead captains. And she plans to either major in Spanish or pre-dental next year. She plans to go to school somewhere in town, she said.
Very good, very good. I always wanted to learn a second language and be fluent in another language, so I'm always impressed of people that can actually do that.
That is true. I did take Spanish in high school and 1 year of Spanish in college, but that was eons ago, and I can say a couple words.
Well, in pre-dental, I mean, that's a very good field. I've got some friends that are dentists, and you know, they work Monday through Thursday and
golf on Friday.
And golf on Friday sometimes.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how you know them, right? Because you golf with them?
Correct.
Yes.
No, it's a very challenging field, as is any medical field. So we definitely wish Cassie the best of luck in her endeavors.
Fergus Falls lane 2 has a sizable lead right now.
Shelby Tabbitt, as she transitions over to the freestyle, followed by her teammate in lane 3, Raquel Prody. The Spuds' Callie Berg looks to be in 3rd right now, followed by Moorhead's Chantel Schmidt. Very strong race there for Shelby Tabbitt, followed by her teammate Raquel Prody. And it is Moorhead's Callie Berg coming in 3rd, followed by her teammate Chantel Schmidt. Jersey Smith of Fergus Falls coming in 5th in lane number 1.
Cassie had some words of advice to her younger teammates, and she said to stay positive and make the best out of hard practices.
Well, anything difficult in life is worth it in the end, and so those are wise words from the senior.
Yes. Make the best out of any situation, whether it's hard or easy.
So true in today's age,
right?
As we've all been
this
dealt,
year especially,
right?
Yes.
Dealt hands that we didn't expect, and have to make the best of it. So going into the 200-yard individual medley relay, the varsity heat. In lane number 1 for Fergus Falls, Carly Peterson. Lane 2, Olivia Hersberg. Lane 3, Emily Carlson. For Moorhead in lane 4, Olivia Roldson. Lane 5, Elena Janke. And lane 6, Bryn Sarion.
Janke and Carlson finishing up nice there on their fly. Now Carlson from Fergus Falls finished 2nd in the IM at sections last year.
She's solidly in 2nd place right now, trying to catch Elena Janke in lane 5.
And Elena is a strong butterflyer, so starting off this event with the butterfly gives her a nice lead.
A pretty sizable and comfortable lead right now for Elena Janke, and Emily Carlson for Fergus Falls in lane 3, trying to close that gap, and she has an even bigger lead, holding 2nd place. Currently in 3rd, looks like Moorhead's Olivia Roldson in lane 4. Janke will hold the lead, transitioning to the freestyle.
Carlson.
Now Carlson. Olivia Hersberg gained some ground there during the breaststroke and now transitions to the freestyle. Moorhead will have some work to do if they're going to take over that 3rd place spot. Elena Janke extending her lead in lane 5. She'll take 1st. Emily Carlson, a comfortable lead. She'll finish 2nd. Third place, swimming well, Olivia Hersberg of Fergus Falls in lane 2. She's going to take third place. Very close finish there for fourth on the outside. Bryn Sarion and Olivia Roldson finishing right neck and neck at the wall. Olivia Roldson will take fourth place, and then in fifth will be Bryn Sarion, and in sixth place, lane number 1 for Fergus Falls, Carly Peterson. And on to the 50-yard freestyle, junior varsity. Lane number 1 for Fergus Falls, Anna Marie Hansen. Lane 2, Elena Bailey. Lane 3, Daphne Nadwick. For Moorhead in lane 4, Katie Yarber. Lane 5, Greta Björklund. And lane 6, Danica Schlichting. This is the 500-yard freestyle, junior varsity.
50.
What did I say?
500. That's coming.
Well, okay.
You're just
So we'll do
preparing.
the we're going to do the 500 later.
Right.
I just decided we'll do that.
Lane 4 for Moorhead coming in first there.
Katie Yarber. Second place, lane number 3, Daphne Nadwick. In third was Greta Björklund. Fourth place, lane number 2, Elena Bailey. Fifth, lane number 1, Anna Marie Hansen of Fergus Falls. And in sixth place, in lane 6, Danica Schlichting. All right, let's stick with the 50-yard freestyle. This time we'll do varsity.
All right.
Good?
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yes.
Lane number 1 for Fergus Falls, Ava Warner. Lane 2, Annie Mayer. Lane 3, Emma Kakeritz. Lane 4 for Moorhead, Ava Rogers. Lane 5, Liv Dielstra. And lane 6, McKenna Harvala. Ava Rogers of Moorhead first. It looks like Dielstra got second. Indeed, Liv Dielstra took second. Third place goes to Fergus Falls, Emma Kakeritz. Fourth place in lane 6, McKenna Harvala. And fifth place, lane 2, Annie Mayer. Sixth place, lane 1, Ava Warner.
Nice finish. And they will be, yeah, we're going to go to diving now.
Transition to diving.
Yep, we will have 2 junior varsity divers and 5 varsity divers. So they will prepare the pool for diving.
And that means it's break time here on Spuds TV. We thank you for tuning in. For girls swim and dive, we'll get you a team update scores. We have those updated, Alex? All right, fantastic. Moorhead on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Moorhead, they just updated 44 and Fergus Falls 18.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere. Natural
First up for Fergus Falls, Elise Adams, the junior varsity diving.
Score of 3.5, 3, and 3.
Just didn't quite get the body extended there for a clean entry on that first dive. Elsa Bailey now for Fergus Falls, also junior varsity.
Elsa with a failed dive.
Then we'll move into the varsity level divers for Fergus Falls. Abigail Gronwald. Good rotation. 5, 4.5, 5.5. That was a pretty good entry as well. Little not quite perpendicular to the water, but
Yeah, not bad. It must be, like we've said before, just so different this year. I'm watching the divers, and they have their face mask on right until they get on the board, and then they have to take it off.
Maya Fear now for Fergus Falls. Five and a half, 5.5, 5.5. Nori Donays now for Fergus Falls. Pretty
Nice
good
entry.
form there, yeah, 6. 5.5, 4.5. And now Moorhead's 2 divers. First up will be Sydney Skarud.
Oh, nice height on that one.
Very good height, good pike, and then
5.5, 6, 6.
6. Now Lizzie Noel.
Again, nice
Another good one.
height there. 6.5, 7.
7
7.
and 7.
Lizzie is
Very well done.
a senior diver this year for Moorhead.
Elise Adams now with her 2nd dive, junior varsity for Fergus Falls.
That looked effortless. 5, 5, 6.
And 6. Elsa Bailey now for Fergus Falls. Very nice dive. 5, 5, 5. Abigail Gronwald, Fergus Falls. Her second dive at the varsity level. Oh, good entry. 5, 5, 5. Maya Fear up next for Fergus Falls. Oh, very well done.
Very good. Little over rotation at the end, maybe?
Yeah, 6, 6.5, and 5. Nori Donays for Fergus Falls. Six, 5.5, 5.5. Good height, good rotation, I thought. And now for Moorhead, Sydney Scarrood. Dive number 2.
Got that around just in time, it looked like.
Yeah, 6.5, 6.5, 7.
Sydney said one of the things that is different about this year that she does not like is that she's not able to hug her teammates after a good race or a good dive. Just the whole social distancing thing.
Yeah, that's tough. This is Lizzie Noel. Six, 5.5. Not sure if she quite got those arms extended on the entry.
Oh, and I think kind of a big splash at the end there
Right,
too that
right.
the judges do not like.
Right. Move on to the third round of dives now. Junior varsity, Elise Adams. Not quite the height she was looking for, I think, on that one.
4, 4, and a 3.
3, 4, 4. Next up, Elsa. 102C, forward 1, somersault. Tuck.
Elsa Bailey now for Fergus Falls. 6, 5.5, 5.5.
There's a smile on her face. She was happy with that.
Yeah, I think getting comfortable.
Yes.
It's been better every dive. Now to the varsity level, Abigail Gronwald for Fergus Falls. Dive number 3. Five and a half, 4.5, 5.5.
Not quite straight as she entered
Right.
the water there.
Maya Fear up next for Fergus Falls. Pretty good dive, a little over rotation. 6, 6, and 5. Maya way up on her tiptoes.
Yes, she was.
You say tiptoes or tippy toes?
Don't know if I've ever been asked that question before. Tiptoes. Yes, you walk on your tiptoes. Yes.
Not tippy toes.
No,
Okay.
not in my house.
All right. Tomato, tomato. Nori Donays. Very nice.
That was.
4.5, 5.5, 4.5. I liked it.
I did too. It looked like she was leaning towards us.
Yeah, it was a twist.
Kind of a
Just a
sideways-
single twist,
right.
and I liked it. Sydney Scarrood for Moorhead up next.
Wow.
Pretty good as well. Maybe a little bit of an over rotation. 6, 5.5, 5.5.
There was a lot going on in that dive. A couple
Yeah.
of somersaults and still have to hit the water at the right time.
Lizzie Noel up next. Very nice.
Tight on that one again too.
7, 7, 7.
That completed our third round of diving. Lizzie's teammate cheering her on there.
Elise Adams now for Fergus Falls, junior varsity. Another twisting dive, 4.5, 4.5, and 3.5. Elsa Bailey for her fourth dive. 5, 5, and 5. Now Abigail Gronwald for Fergus Falls. Very focused and looked like a good dive. 5.5, 5, 5.5.
I watched her as she finished that dive and she touched the bottom of the pool.
Yikes. It's a long way down there.
Yeah, I believe, well, it says 12 feet 6 inches.
That's a long ways.
It is.
Yeah.
She came back up, though.
That's the main thing.
It is.
And that's really my extent of swimming and diving knowledge. Three and a half, 4, and 3 for Maya Fear of Fergus Falls. Next up, Nori Donays. Good height.
Yeah, nice entry.
Yeah. 5.5, 6, and a 5. Solid dive. Moorhead's 2 divers up next. Sydney Skarud. Dive number 4. Wow.
Oh, that was nice. A lot of twisting there.
Twisting.
Entered the water well.
6.5, 6.5. And 6. Lizzie Noel. Five and a half, 6, 4.5.
Lizzie said that her favorite dives are either the reverse dive or the back dive.
I don't think that was either.
I would not know. I'll admit I don't know much about diving, but I wonder if you can do them both at the same time and in the same dive.
Yikes. Into round 5 of the dives, Elise Adams for Fergus Falls, junior varsity. Five, 5, 4.5. Now Elsa Bailey for Fergus Falls. 4, 4, 4. Now on to varsity. Abigail Gronwald for Fergus Falls, dive number 5.
Got a good extension out there.
4.5, 5.5, and 4. Not sure she intended to go that far out from the board.
Probably not, as her coach kind of
Motioned.
Yes,
I picked up on that as well.
Like, what are you doing way over there?
Maya Fear now for Fergus Falls. Pretty clean dive there. 5, 5, 5. Nori Donaze with her 5th dive for Fergus Falls. Oh, very nice. Good height. 6, 6, 5.5.
So I wonder if they have to listen to the announcer to know what dive they're going to do at that particular moment, or if they know ahead of time and they're rehearsing it in their head.
Excellent question.
Yeah, we might have to grab one of these divers afterwards and ask them.
Sydney Scarrood from Moorhead.
Nice entry.
6.5, 6.5, 7.5. Lizzie Noel now for Moorhead. Oh, that looks pretty good. 6.5, 6.5, 6.
Lizzie's advice to her younger teammates is to be willing to go out of your comfort zone and to try new things.
I hear that a lot even as an adult, that that's a good thing to do.
It is.
Into the final round of dives here, Elise Adams of Fergus Falls Junior Varsity, her final dive. Five, 4.5. Elsa Bailey of Fergus Falls in her final dive. 3, 3, 3.5. Now the varsity divers, Abigail Gronwald for Fergus Falls. Five, 5, and 5. Maya Fear up next for Fergus Falls. Good height. Looked like she got good rotation.
Yeah, nice
6.5, 6, 5.5. Good one. This will be the final dive for Fergus Falls here, Nori Donays. Three, 3, and 3. Now Moorhead's divers, Sydney Scarrood up next. Not much hesitation there.
No.
6, 6.5, 5.5. And the final dive tonight, Lizzie Noel of Moorhead. 5.5, 5, 5.
That
Okay.
completes our diving session for tonight.
And that means another break for us as they reconfigure the pool for swimming. And so looks like the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard remains the same as they tabulate the diving scores. Moorhead leading 44-18 over Fergus Falls. We'll be back with you here on Spuds TV.
Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job. Because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere. Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere. Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere. Natural talent, physical gifts, training advantages. To become a champion, none of that matters. True champions are the ones who are comfortable working harder, staying later, and finding that competitive edge. They are never satisfied simply doing a good job, because those who transform themselves from local talent into local folklore are the ones who continually perform beyond their limits. Bell Bank, proudly supporting champions everywhere.
Welcome back to the Moorhead Pool at Moorhead High School. We're about ready to resume swimming events, and we'll have the girls 100-yard butterfly junior varsity first. Lanes 1 and 2 will be empty. Lane 3 will be Fergus Falls' Maya Fear, coming off of her diving performance. And lane 4 for Moorhead, Michaela Haig. Lane 5, Isabel Sneed. And lane 6, Cassie Esog.
Michaela Haig in lane 4 is another one of our varsity seniors this year, and she's planning to attend Hamlin next year to study psychology.
Very nice. Always happy to hear about students going into the psychology field, such a big awareness of mental health these days. It's fantastic. Maya Fear with the lead right now in lane 3. You were saying?
Oh, I was going to say, Michaela also said that this is her 8th year swimming. She's been in club swimming, and the backstroke is her favorite stroke. Usually divers don't swim. They don't typically do both events other than maybe be thrown into a relay, but to do an individual event,
yeah, and
Maya Fear is doing very well.
Yes, and yeah, she held the lead for a while. And Moorhead has come on, and Isabel Sneed will take first, Michaela Haig in second, with Fear finishing third for Fergus Falls. For the 100-yard butterfly varsity, again, lanes 1 and 2 will be empty. In lane 3 for Fergus Falls, Emily Warner. Lane 4 for Moorhead, Courtney Haberer. Lane 5, Maggie Howe. And lane 6, Kennedy Olson.
Event 12, 100-yard butterfly, varsity.
Very even start across the board there.
Emily Warner from Fergus Falls took third at sections in this event last year.
That was pretty close at the turn, the first turn. Still anybody's race here.
It is.
Courtney Haberer of Moorhead with a slight advantage, followed on the outside by Kennedy Olson. Third place, stride for stride, Maggie Howe and Emily Warner of Fergus Falls.
When Kennedy Olson was asked what was different about this year, she said everything is different, but we are adjusting.
Ain't that the truth? And Olson appears to have taken the lead on the outside in lane 6. And she does win, followed by Courtney Haberer in lane 4 and Maggie Howe in lane 5. Emily Warner comes in fourth in lane 3. 100-yard freestyle junior varsity is up next. Lane number 1 will be empty. Lane 2 for Fergus Falls, Anna Marie Hansen. Lane 3, Daphne Nadwick. Lane 4 for Moorhead, Annika Haberer. Lane 5, Jade Ellitson. And lane 6, Lily Pamintuan.
Oh, I did get the answer to my question about the diving. And I asked one of the divers about if they know their dives ahead of time, and she said that they did, because otherwise that would be too much pressure if they just got up to the diving board and had to listen to which dive they were supposed to perform. She said that would just put too much pressure on me.
Annika Haberer with a slight advantage. Daphne Nadwick appeared to be closing in. Good turn by Haberer, and she's got the lead again, or extended. Nadwick will come in second. Third place in lane 5, Jade Ellitson for Moorhead. In fourth, in lane 2, Anna Marie Hansen. And in lane 6, Lily Pamintuan for Moorhead will come in fifth. Yard freestyle varsity will have a full pool. Lane 1 for Fergus Falls, Siri Smestad. Lane 2, Annie Mayer. Lane 3, Leanna Jepson. And in lane 4 for Moorhead, Jenna Brendamule. Lane 5, Elena Janke. And lane 6, Bryn Sarion. Janke with the lead. Leanna Jepson in second, and it looked like Jenna Brendamule had third. Janke with the final turn, extending her lead. Leanna Jepson hanging on to second place. Looks like Brendamule has third. Fergus Falls in lane 2, Annie Mayer. And then it looked like Bryn Sarion in lane 6, followed by Siri Smestad. So this time, let's do the 500.
We could do that now.
Okay,
let's do. Good time to fit that in.
Yep, let's do the 500-yard freestyle junior varsity next. The lane number 1 will be empty. In lane number 2 for Fergus Falls, Jersey Smith. Lane 3, Emma Swanson. For Moorhead in lane 4, Olivia Roldson. Lane 5, Lily Chose. And lane 6, Bella Myers. Moorhead off to a quick start in lanes 4, 5, 6.
Lily Chose, a senior this year. She plans to attend either the University of Minnesota next year or the University of Manitoba.
So she's one that doesn't mind the cold weather.
Apparently not.
Right.
Gonna stick around
Good.
the north area. She said she's been swimming since 5th grade. That was close there between Chose and Roldson. I also asked the coaches about their perspective for what is different this year, and one of the coaches, Kara Olson, said that as far as she likes the fact that they didn't have to limit their team by cutting anybody. They were still allowed to have as many girls that wanted to go out.
The normal number of team members, that's good.
Right, but she said that they are, with the social distancing thing, they aren't practicing together, so it's hard having team camaraderie then, because you're not all at the same practice. You have split practices, and for away meets they are taking 2 buses also.
That is probably the hardest thing that I think all teams are facing is building that team chemistry and camaraderie when you can't be together
Right.
as much as you normally would.
And it's hard to get here at 5 or 6 a.m. for a practice when you know your friends aren't going to be here. Maybe they're
Right.
in the other group.
Right.
Moorhead still in spots 1 and 2.
Yeah, Lily Chose and Olivia Roldson basically stride for stride. So your daughter, Andrea Lee, this is one of her events, the 500 freestyle, right?
Correct.
Has she talked much about this event as far as enjoying it or strategy or hating it, or
No,
it's such a long event?
She is a distance swimmer. So in high school, 500 was the longest event that there was, and she very much enjoyed it. She likes working on pacing. This is one of those events where you kind of have to know your body and pace yourself so that you have enough energy at the end if you need to catch somebody. She is swimming in college now, and now, believe it or not, the 500 is one of the shorter events that she swims now.
Wow. So do they have bigger pools then? Are they longer?
They are not, no.
Same.
And
Okay.
college swimming is still considered short course, which high school swimming is, where you do 50s, or excuse me, 25s. Each length is a 25. In the summer during club swimming, that's called long course, and each length is a 50-yard rather than a 25.
Gotcha. Is that what it is at the Olympic level, 50-yard, or do they have? We don't know. That wasn't a fair question. I'm sorry. Yeah.
Should we Google it? Maybe one of our listeners can text in.
Right.
Yeah. I know the pool that they got in West Fargo was the Olympic trial pool. and it does go up to 50 because you can move the bulkheads. So
Okay.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Olympic swimming is 50 yards.
I like it.
Final answer. And lane 4 just got the bell, so she is on her last length.
Olivia Roldson of Moorhead.
Well, thank you to our listener. Just texted in. Olympics is 50 meters.
Very good.
Thank you.
So would that be your version of phoning a friend?
That would be.
There you, okay,
Yes.
fair enough.
So now I only have 2 lifelines left.
Olivia Roldson comes in first, followed by Lily Chose and Bella Myers in third. Fergus Falls swimmers Jersey Smith and Emma Swanson nearing the end of their race. Smith and Swanson appeared to pace each other early on, really stuck together for most of the event. Is that somewhat common between teammates in this distance of an event? To use your teammates for your pace?
It is, especially if you know each other and you've been practicing with each other, and so that you do know each other's styles.
So that completes the 500-yard freestyle junior varsity. We'll move on to the varsity level. Full pool. In lane number 1 for Fergus Falls, Devin Nansen. Lane 2, Michaela Auberg. Lane 3, Alexis Wellman. For Moorhead in lane 4, Abby Ellingsberg. Lane 5, Sydney Olson. And lane 6, Ava Rogers. Quickly on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard, Moorhead leads the meet 77-32 over Fergus Falls at this point.
Ava Rogers from Moorhead in lane 6 has the lead after the first 50.
Alexis Wellman looked to hold a slight lead for second place over Moorhead's Abby Ellingsberg. A lot of race left though.
Oh yes. 20 lengths for this race. And they are on 3.
Ava Rogers looks really strong out in lane 6 for Moorhead.
Fergus Falls Wellman has second place, looks like, right now. Ava Rogers said that you have to pump yourself up this year because there isn't anybody cheering for you in the stands.
Yeah, that's fair. Another thing that's different. We talked about some of the team camaraderie, but yeah, just the energy from the fans is absent for all of these events.
Right. Not so much when you're in the water. I'm not sure that you're hearing everything, you know. Other than your coach, maybe you can kind of zero in on their voice, but yet you can still hear the background noise and the cheering
Right.
in general.
Ava Rogers with nearly a half a length lead. Moorhead's Sydney Olson has pulled into second. Alexis Wellman of Fergus Falls currently in third. Abby Ellingsberg of Moorhead in fourth, pushing the pace there, trying to creep into third.
Sydney Olson getting more of a lead there
Yep,
for
extending.
second.
Definitely. And the race between Wellman of Fergus Falls in lane 3 and Ellingsberg of Moorhead in lane 4 getting tighter. Very good turn there by Ellingsberg. Closed the gap a little bit.
I would think that towards, as the race goes on, your flip turns might get sloppier and sloppier just because you're getting tired, but I would think that that is maybe one thing that you need to control and keep tight.
Right.
So that you have a good push off the wall.
Yes, that is such an area to gain distance and speed. Ava Rogers has more than a length lead at this point.
She does.
Over teammate Sydney Olson. As Rogers was completing her turn a length away, Olson was making hers. So Rogers very, very strong here in this event. Wellman of Fergus Falls extending her lead of third place over Ellingsberg of Moorhead.
Rogers in lane 6 getting the bell, so she will be completing her race shortly.
Ava Rogers cruises to victory in the 500-yard freestyle.
Rogers finishes with a time of 5 minutes 46:08.
And Olson now finishes in second. Third place is going to be Wellman of Fergus Falls, as she opened up a sizable advantage over Moorhead's Ellingsberg, who will come in fourth. Devin Nansen of Fergus Falls in fifth, and Michaela Auberg of Fergus Falls will come in sixth. The next event is the 200-yard freestyle relay, junior varsity. Lanes 1 and 2 will be empty. lane 3 for Fergus Falls, Shelby Tabbitt will be followed by Elena Bailey, Jersey Smith, and Ava Warner. In lane 4 for Moorhead, Bryn Sarion, followed by Greta Björklund, Callie Berg, and Ginger Garcia Ortiz. In lane number 5 for Moorhead, Isabel Sneed, followed by Jade Ellitson, Lily Pamintuan, and Kate Carvel. And for Moorhead in lane 6, Michaela Haig, followed by Callista Zamara, Danica Schlichting, and Haley Skeldum.
Moorhead's lane 4 had a slight lead there.
Bryn Sarion swimming that length.
Lane 4 for Moorhead, still with the lead.
Yeah, that was Greta Björklund finishing that leg, and Fergus Falls, Elena Bailey with just a slight advantage at third, and then it looked like Callista Zamara out in lane 6 was in third.
Looks like lane 3 for Fergus is going to come in first in the junior varsity heat.
Good, strong finish for Fergus Falls. They were really able to make up some ground in that third and fourth swimmers, Jersey Smith and Ava Warner.
Lane 4 for Moorhead came in second.
Sarion, Björklund, Berg, and Garcia Ortiz. And the Moorhead team of Sneed, Ellitson, Pamintuan, and Carvel came in third. And in fourth place, Moorhead's Haig, Zamara, Schlichting, and Skeldum. Next up, the 200-yard freestyle relay in varsity. Lane number 1 will be empty. Lane 2 for Fergus Falls, Maya Fear, followed by Siri Smeestad, Raquel Prody, and Alexis Wellman. In lane 3 for Fergus Falls, Emily Carlson, followed by Annie Mayer, Carly Peterson, and Emma Kakeritz. In lane number 4 for Moorhead, Mary Casey, Kennedy Olson, Ariana Hoff, and Elena Janke. In lane 5, Liv Dielstra, Jenna Brendamule, Ava Rogers, and Abby Ellingsberg. And in lane 6 for Moorhead, Maggie Howe, Courtney Haberer, Olivia Roldson, and Sydney Olson.
It looks like Fergus Falls lane 3 maybe has a slight lead. Oh, it's close with lane 6 from Moorhead.
Indeed, anybody's race. First in the pool is Ellingsberg, followed by Kakeritz, and looked like Sydney Olson on the outside in third. Very close
It's gonna be close.
race. Looked like Moorhead got 1-2. Fergus Falls in third. The Moorhead team of Deelstra, Brendamule, Rogers, and Ellingsburg come in first. Moorhead team of Casey, Olson, Hoff, and Janke in second. Fergus Falls team of Carlson, Mayer, Peterson, and Kakeritz come in third. In fourth place, Fergus Falls, Fear, Smeestad, Prody, and Wellman, followed by the Moorhead team of Howe, Haberer, Roldson, and Olson. 100-yard backstroke, junior varsity, lane number 1 will be empty. In lane 2 for Fergus Falls, Elena Bailey. Lane 3, Raquel Prody. Lane 4 for Moorhead, Mary Casey. Lane 5, Lily Chose. And lane 6, Annika Haberer.
Annika Haberer said that the difference that she noticed this year is that they aren't swimming against a lot of the same teams that they did last year, which reminded me that Moorhead switched conferences this year because of social distancing, so they're not traveling as far, so they switched to the Central Lakes Conference this year.
Right, and that has held true for all activities to this point. The Minnesota High School League meeting on Thursday. They will discuss winter activities as well as the postseason plans for these fall activities. A lot of people will be tuned into that.
It's like Lily Chose from Moorhead took first there.
Mary Casey in second, and Annika Haberer took third for Moorhead. Fourth place was Elena Bailey, and looked like third place went to Raquel Prody of Fergus Falls. That's what they had.
Okay.
Now the varsity meet. In lane 1, Leanna Jepson from Fergus Falls. Lane 2, Aisling Cox. Lane 3, Emma Kakeritz. Lane 4 for Moorhead, Liv Deelstra. Lane 5, McKenna Harvala. And lane 6, Kennedy Olson.
And Emma Kakeritz out of Fergus Falls swam this at sections and finished 5th. She's one of their senior captains, and she said that all of the meets this year are duels, which is another difference this year, whereas a lot of times they have triangulars where you're against 3 teams on one night, or even bigger meets than that. So she does miss that.
Liv Deelstra finishes first. Emma Kakeritz in second, and another Fergus Falls swimmer got third. That was Leanna Jepson in lane 1, followed by Aisling Cox in lane 2. Yep, lane 2 took 4th place.
Happy birthday tonight to Katie Yarborough. And they are going gonna sing happy birthday.
The 100-yard breaststroke, junior varsity. Lane number 1 will be empty. Lane 2 for Fergus Falls, Ava Warner. Lane 3, Shelby Tabbitt. For Moorhead, lane 4, Bella Myers. Lane 5, the birthday girl, Katie Yarber. And lane 6, Michaela Haig.
It didn't look like Katie got too embarrassed standing up there having everybody sing to her. They have Katie listed in the program as 14, so I don't know if she's 14 today or if she's 15 today. But happy birthday, Katie.
Shelby Tabbitt of Fergus Falls holding a lead in this event. She's had a really strong meet. She's been near the top of every event.
Shelby Tabbitt is a junior for Fergus Falls this year.
Tabbitt cruises to victory, followed by Ava Warner of Fergus Falls. And Moorhead's Yarber comes in 3rd. Bella Myers in 4th, and Michaela Haig in 6th. 5th. Only 5.
Right.
Only 5.
Lane 1 was empty.
Yep. We'll have a full pool for the 100-yard breaststroke varsity edition. In lane number 1 for Fergus Falls, Carly Peterson. Lane 2, Emily Carlson. Lane 3, Olivia Hersberg. For Moorhead in lane 4, Ariana Hoff. Lane 5, Jenna Brendamule. And lane 6, Chantel Schmidt.
Emily Carlson out of Fergus Falls, lane 2, has the lead right now. Second and third down there between Hoff and Hersberg. Look to be neck and neck.
That was pretty close to call there between second and third.
Right. Carlson comes
Carlson
in first.
took first for Fergus Falls. And second was lane 4, Ariana Hoff of Moorhead. And then, that does not look correct.
That does not look correct.
No.
I think third must have went to Olivia Herzberg from Fergus. We're going to give it to her.
Yeah, that it was obvious that Moorhead and Fergus Falls were at the wall nearly at the same time for second and third, and yet they did not have that correct. So technology's not perfect.
It isn't. No.
Yep.
And sometimes if you don't touch the wall, touch the pad correctly, they call it a soft touch, and they don't register your time.
I see. I have to assume that that's the delay here.
I'm guessing, yes. So there's a human timer behind every lane that has a stopwatch as well, so
Right.
they will have to defer to them.
.400-yard freestyle relay, the junior varsity. Lane number 1 will be empty. Lane 2 for Fergus Falls, Devin Nansen, followed by Emma Swanson, Anna Marie Hansen, and Jersey Smith. Lane 3, Shelby Tabbitt, followed by Elena Bailey, Michaela Auberg, and Daphne Nadwick. For Moorhead in lane 4, Callista Zamara, followed by Cassie Esog, Haley Skeldum, and Kate Carvel. For Moorhead in lane 5, Greta Björklund, followed by Abby Sneed, Addison Henry, and Lizzie Noel. And in lane 6 for Moorhead, Lily Pamintuan, followed by Danica Schlichting, Sydney Skarud, and Ginger Garcia Ortiz. First swimmers nearing the end of their leg. Moorhead with the lead. Cassie Esog first into the pool on the second leg.
Fergus Falls pulling ahead here. Almost identical flip turns.
Michaela Auberg looks she'll be first into the pool on the next leg, followed by Anna Marie Hansen. Fergus Falls holding 1 and 2 right now.
It is kind of fun watching the divers when they are in a relay.
Yes.
Sydney Skargarud just jumped in or not jumped in. She did.
She dove in.
She dove in.
Right.
It was very beautiful.
Yes, her teammates love it. Daphne Nadwick into the pool as Fergus Falls continues to hold 1-2. Jersey Smith into the pool now for Fergus Falls. Final legs for those two teams. Kate Carvel into the pool now for Moorhead. Lizzie Noel dives in lane 5.
She did. I wonder if we should have scored that.
Speaking of scores, they're quickly on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard. Moorhead 96, Fergus Falls 57. As Nadwick,
Fergus Falls.
Fergus Falls, yep, they take first. Followed by Jersey Smith in lane 2. Fergus Falls goes 1-2 in the 400-yard freestyle relay junior varsity.
Even though there aren't fans in the stands, it is still quite loud in here. The teammates are doing a good job of cheering each other on and bringing up the energy, making it loud.
Kate Carvel finishes for Moorhead. So the team of Zamara, Isog, Skeldum, and Carvel take third. Lizzie Noel and her team of Björklund, Sneed, Henry finish fourth. And Moorhead's team in lane 6 finished fifth. Pimentuan, Schlichting, Skarrud, and Garcia Ortiz. Final event of the meet is the 400-yard freestyle relay varsity. Lane 1 will be empty. Lane 2 for Fergus Falls, Maya Fear, followed by Raquel Prody, Siri Smeestad, and Olivia Hersberg. For Fergus Falls in lane 3, Leanna Jepson, Emily Warner, Alexis Wellman, and Aisling Cox. For Moorhead in lane 4, McKenna Harvala, Mary Casey, Jenna Brendamule, and Lily Chose. In lane 5 for Moorhead, Bryn Sarion, Bella Myers, Katie Yarber, and Callie Berg. And in lane 6 for Moorhead, Annika Haberer, followed by Isabel Sneed, Jade Ellitson, and Chantel Schmidt.
McKenna Harvala in lane 4 for Moorhead with a lead coming in to switch with her teammate.
Mary Casey first into the pool and the second swimmers. Warner for Fergus Falls in. And Moorhead's Bella Myers in third.
And last Tuesday when we were doing this, it came down to this last race.
That's right.
Against
Alexandria. Yep, and Alexandria was able to get the win in that meet, handing Moorheads their only loss of the season so far. Jenna Brendemule now into the pool, followed by Alexis Wellman and Katie Yarber of Moorhead.
Looks like Lily Chose is getting ready to dive in for the last leg of the Moorhead relay.
And Chose is into the pool. Aisling Cox now for Fergus Falls in lane 3. Callie Berg now for Moorhead. Olivia Hersberg in the pool for lane number 2, Fergus Falls. And lane 6, Chantel Schmidt now in the pool. So all teams have their 4th swimmers in the pool now.
Lane 4 for Moorhead coming in to touch the wall to claim first.
So the team of Harvilla, Casey, Brendemule, and Chose take first. And for Fergus Falls, the team of Jepson, Warner, Wellman, and Cox take second. Moorhead's team of Sarion, Myers, Yarber, and Berg in third. Fergus Falls, Fear, Prody, Smeestad, and Hersberg in 4th. And in 5th place, Moorhead's Haberer, Sneed, Ellitson, and Schmidt. So Moorhead is going to win this meet. The current score on the Moorhead Dental Associates scoreboard is Moorhead 96 and Fergus Falls 57. I'm not sure if we will get a final for you, but this appears to be our last coverage of girls swimming this year. And Jen Lee, want to thank you so much for being with us in all these meets and adding your insight into the world of swimming. Not so much diving, but swimming for sure.
Thank you for having me. The Spuds take on Sartell on Thursday night, so good luck to them. And
yeah, and thank you to Aiden Carlson for running the camera and to Alex Ryan for running our control board tonight. I'm Corey DeLorme. Thank you for being with us here on Spuds TV.